Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 31 of the How I Met My Brother podcast. I'm happy you're here. Jeff is thrilled that you're here. And we just want to say thank you again for 31 episodes.
This is How I Met My Brother.
Hello, How I Met My Brother fam. I am here at Casa de Cody with Mr. Slick Jimmy himself, Jacob M. Cody, my bad boy co-host right here next to me. How you doing today, big boy?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, but Slick Jimmy himself is actually my father.
Yep.
But thank you. I'm quite slick myself. But yeah, we're doing a little switch up here. Recording at my parents' house. Good times.
I can confirm you are very slippery.
Yeah.
Every time I touch you, my hands just seem to slide all over the place.
I hate that, but
pat you on the back and my hand all the way.
I'm a big sweater, so not like wearing a sweater, but I sweat a lot. So
they have medication for that.
Makes me pretty slick. Yeah, and I wear deodorant, so it's all right. But yeah, we're over here, and so you might get a guest appearance from the Tuck Cody himself.
Your son?
My son, my long lost prodigal son, who has returned to me. He's the man, so he might come over here and sit on our lap. Who knows? He's kind of a wild card.
He's a 2-year-old white boy with long, flowy blonde hair.
Yeah, he does what he wants.
If you ever see him in the streets.
Yeah. Yeah, he roams the streets sometimes.
He's actually a dog.
He is, but he's the freaking man. So.
All right, I heard you have a story for me.
Yeah, so I got a couple, but I wanted to start off by saying to all the listeners out there that we have this little ring light.
We do.
That we use that helps the video quality a little bit because it brightens up our face. We're kind of gloomy guys over here sometimes.
Yeah.
Although your drive looked pretty good today. If I'm looking out the window right now, it wasn't very gloomy, but
nice out today. But yeah.
But regardless, we have this ring light, and it was plugged into this base where it usually comes undone a little bit. And usually what I do is I just push it back together before I put it away at the end of recording.
No big deal.
No big deal. So whatever, I did that. We recorded last week. We went for golf. Went to go play golf, and then when we got, or you guys did, I couldn't.
Yeah, you couldn't go.
But so later that night I was cleaning up, and I was like, oh, I need to shove these back in there. Shove the wires back in and make sure it's closed so that it doesn't catch fire. And as soon as I did that, it just sparked. Loud, it shocked me, and it hurt really bad.
Didn't it shock you multiple times?
Twice. And it smoked and it smelled like there was a fire.
So you got electrocuted.
A little bit of electrocuted.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit of electrocuted through my body. But it reminded me of this story of when I was in college and I saw my death before my eyes, but I lived through it and I didn't even flinch. It was great. So to set the scene, I'm in college. I think my junior year, and me and my RA went to go get some fast food at this place called Cookout, which is phenomenal. If you've never been,
it's in the South, right?
It's only in the South. It the most northern one I think is in Delaware, I think.
Is it like a Checkers or a Rally's?
It's in its own category, man, and it's
right.
So good. It's very, very affordable, and it's just awesome. I love it. We used to go there, and it was the only fast food place that was open really late.
Yeah,
which is surprising because it's a college campus. But anyways, we go there. We're going to get some food. It's 11 p.m. As soon as we get out of my friend's really run down, I think it was a Ford Explorer.
Yep.
We get out of it. It's super old. He's just running into the ground. He's going to buy a new car. He actually has a Tesla now. So he's
nice.
big Tesla guy. But at this time, he had a Ford Explorer. We get out. These two girls are like, hey, our car battery's dead. Can you jump us?"
Oh, baby.
And I was like, and me and Trent were like, "Yo, haha." Sorry, Trent and I. We were like, "Oh, yeah, we could do that just for you." Yeah. So we were pretty slick, pretty smooth. And so Trent's like, "Hey, you go grab the cords out of my trunk, hook it up, and I'll get ready to turn it on and rev it." Classic jump. And I go in there, and he's got these really old jumper cables, and apparently the rubbers were on the wrong side, like the colors, like red and black.
Really?
So
Okay, wow.
So I matched it up wrong.
Oh, so the jumper cables were right, but you put them on the wrong.
No, because it was labeled. His battery and his things were just not labeled well, and I put them on the wrong.
The prong or whatever.
Yeah.
Battery terminal.
And as soon as I went to go put them on her battery, it just sent. And there was no like rubber casing around the handles, so nothing to ground or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just sent like every voltage of electricity from that battery into my very existence, and it like sparked, and it was really loud, and it went through, and I was like, "Oh!" And then like their car started after that because obviously the electricity went through it. Maybe I touched him. I don't know. Something happened that was wrong because his crappy stuff that he had. And the girls were like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" And I'm not even kidding, bro. I was like numb from head to toe. Like couldn't feel anything. And it just like tingly. And like my spine was like straight up, and like everything was like so much electricity just went through me. And I excuse me. Yeah, I'm just coughing thinking about it. And and they said that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm really good. Yeah." Mm-hmm. She's like, "Oh my gosh, like that's incredible." And I was like, "Yeah, every day." And then they got in their car and drove away, and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, not at all. The opposite." And I like just sat in his car like this, like I was in a straitjacket, because my bones were like not moving that well, and and then after a while I started to loosen up, but I just had this like numb, tingly feeling for like a day.
And you thought you were being smooth.
I was trying to be smooth, and instead I was shocked. You know what I mean?
Literally. Wow.
Literally
that would
shocked
happen to
myself.
you.
Oh, yeah.
So here's what tripped me up a little bit on that story. You said that first the labeling was wrong, and then you said, "I don't know, maybe I touched them together, but something bad happened."
I don't think I touched them. I don't think I touched them together, but it shouldn't spark like that. I don't know what happened. His like wires were just crap. They weren't labeled. And neither was his battery, but I was just assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Like the plus and minus.
Oh.
And I was just like, all right, I'm just going to put them on. And I did, and it was fine. And then when I went to go touch her battery, it must have been backwards. Something happened in that time that got the electricity to her battery because it started her car, but at the same time also sent every voltage on the way through me. Maybe I'm just full of electricity. Like I'm a superhero now. I don't know.
You're a spark plug.
Nothing. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happened, and I don't want to even remember, but...
That must really hurt, because it hurts quite a bit when I rub my feet on the rug and then touch a doorknob, so that must have killed.
Yeah, it hurt pretty bad. But I kept my cool. Cool, calm, and collected Cody is what they called me.
Yep.
In college, so... lived up to my name, I guess. I don't know.
So now you've been electrocuted twice, and you've lived.
I've been electrocuted a few times in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that happen? Because I've never been electrocuted.
There's one time... It's mostly me being an idiot.
Yeah, okay. Checks out.
One time, and this is going to sound pretty obvious, but it's really not. But there was one time where my Eggo waffle was stuck in my toaster. and I put my knife down there to pull it up. But I did that every day for months. Nothing.
Because
I went too far, I guess, and just went...
You can do that, but you just can't touch the metal.
Yeah, well, I'm not very good at operations, so...
Yeah, that'll do it.
That hurt really bad. And then one time... This also sounds super weird, but one time I think my parents were like... We were redoing my room or painting or something. I had to sleep in my brother's room at our old house, the high school house that I had.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping on the floor on like a mattress, and I like was getting up and I like swung my foot and I like kicked the outlet. And like my toenail like went into the outlet, and it wasn't like a big shock, but it definitely sparked.
Yeah.
Because I kicked it hard.
Wow.
And like it actually hurt more that I stubbed my toe on it than the shock did, but it did spark, and it like did shock me.
So you've been electrocuted 4 times.
Yeah, there's probably more than that, but those are the 4 major ones that I can remember. Hey, you know, I got an electrifying personality. What can I say? You know what I
I
mean?
guess, yeah. Along the eggo line that you were saying.
along the
eggo
line.
Since we're speaking about eggos, I have this thing that most people say is weird. I like to put my eggos in the microwave instead of the toaster because I like them to be soft and soggy.
You like them to be soggy?
Yeah.
Ah, Jeff.
Why do you like a crunchy eggo?
Well, I don't like it burnt, but I like it a little crunchy because that's like what a waffle is. You ever have a real waffle? Like a Belgian waffle?
They're not crunchy. They're soft.
Bro, I just
Waffles?
disagree, bro.
I don't
Waffles
know.
are not supposed to be soft. It's not a pancake. And they're supposed to be soft, but like the crispness to them.
I don't like that. I like it to I like to be able to hold it in my hand and crush it up into a ball.
Oh.
And then swallow it whole.
See, like I'm judging you, but I was also that kid that took like the fruit roll up and like unraveled it and just put it in a ball and just shoved it in my mouth.
I can't even think about fruit roll-ups without gagging.
Oh, dude, they're so good, bro. Gross. But anyways, what do you put on your waffle? That's the real test.
Nothing.
Just a plain Eggo waffle?
I like the blueberry kind, yeah.
Oh my god.
But I like plain.
No butter?
Anything on it. No butter. No, just plain
no
as is.
maple syrup. No butter or maple syrup.
No. See what the microwave does is it brings out the moisture, so it's soft.
It puts puts like X-ray, what is it, gamma radiation into your waffle. You like that taste?
I love that
like
taste.
Like a little gamma in the morning?
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know. I just love a soggy waffle.
I hate that. I've always... The part that gets me is the no butter. Like, I could never eat Eggo waffles without butter.
That's what everyone says to me.
Ever. I just couldn't.
Have you had the blueberry kind?
I'm not a big blueberry waffle guy.
Chocolate?
I have had it. It's all right, but the butter just makes it.
No, you don't need it. I like it how it is. As is. Eggo as is.
I can just see you like microwaving like 10 Eggo waffles and just like sitting there working, just like grabbing one, like just squeezing it as hard as you can and like putting it in your mouth.
Well, if you microwave it, you can fit the whole thing in your mouth at once, which is perfect. Less bites. So then I just eat, like you said, 10 or 13 and, call it a day. I'm good for
one
a couple
whole
hours.
box. Yeah, one whole box for breakfast. What do you have, 16 boxes of egg? Oh, that's 16 days.
Yeah, I don't know. Just always liked them soggy. I get a lot of crap for that, though.
Yeah,
people make fun of me.
No, I just don't. Like, the soggy part, it's not, like, whatever. Like, texture is just, like, a thing. But, like, just no butter, I just can't. Like, that's like eating, like... That's like putting a piece of bread in the toaster and just eating it to toast.
What's wrong with that?
With no butter?
Yeah.
Anything?
No butter.
Just bread.
Yeah.
Warm bread.
Perfect.
Bro,
yes.
What's wrong with you?
What do you mean, what's wrong with me?
We're going to have a documentary about you in like 10 years, and it's going to be like labeled like no butter, just death or something like that.
One day.
We've already talked about this, but it's like your start to serial killer life.
One day they're going to write in all the psychology textbooks that a telltale sign is waffles with no butter and Eggos in the microwave instead of the toaster oven or whatever.
No.
Or toaster.
You can just eat toast.
Yeah, just as is, with nothing. It's warm, it's nice.
Yeah,
Do you ever eat bread as is?
No.
Really?
I mean, like toasted bread, like
No, just like bread out of the package.
like a baguette, but no.
No, like wheat sliced bread, sandwich bread.
No.
Really?
What? No. Why would I do that?
Why wouldn't you? It tastes good. I like to taste the wheat.
I don't even know what to say anymore.
Well, whatever. I have something for you.
Oh, hit me with it.
I can't even. You can't even think right now.
I'm just bamboozled. Bamboozled.
So we went to another minor league hockey game the other night. Hartford Wolfpack, big fans.
Yeah, which
I know you're mad at me a little bit.
I'm not mad at you, but I think we need to talk about this.
Okay.
On the pod,
All
but
right.
you go first.
Okay, so went to another Hartford Wolfpack game. Fantastic time. Hung out with our good friends Abby and Dylan and their baby Luke.
Yeah, it was interesting for me to see that they brought their baby to the hockey game. And I was like, it was like Luke's first hockey game, and I was like, that kid doesn't know what he's seeing. He can't even see 3 feet in front of him.
Yeah, you're right. But I was holding him, and we got on the Teletron.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got on the big screen, and I was holding him like this. He was jumping on my lap.
I do like. It just is crazy to me when I see professional. I mean, this was like semi-pro, I guess. But,
Well, it's professional. It's just not the pinnacle.
yeah, but I'll watch NFL games or NBA games, and there's like a baby in the crowd, and like same thing like you said, and they're like holding it up, and I'm just like,
Why bother?
why bring this kid? He doesn't know. He's like, what is this?
Hmm.
Where am I? Why is it so loud?
True. Yeah. Well, he was free. They didn't.
Oh
have to pay
yeah.
for him.
Oh yeah. Well, I would hope so. I hope you didn't buy a ticket for an infant.
Yeah, it was only $200.
Yeah. Bring your infant to the rink day.
Mm-hmm. Bring your infant to the... Throw him onto the ice. See if you can hit the target.
Yeah. BYITI.
Is that the acronym?
Yeah. Bring your infant to the ice.
Bring your infant to the ice. Yeah.
Anyways.
We did get on the Teletron. I was sick. He was standing on my lap, jumping up and down as he does, and then I lifted him up, and I was like, "Yeah."
Like Mufasa?
Yeah, like just like Mufasa.
Or no,
Simba?
what's his name? Well, it's Simba, but who does it? Is it Rafiki?
Yeah, it's the monkey.
Yeah.
Whatever the monkey
the
is.
circle of life.
Just like that.
Yeah.
But that's not the point of the story. That was icing on the cake.
Yeah. Wait, before we move on from that,
Mm.
you know in the Lion King where it's like, oh, banana.
Oh yeah.
I always thought it said, oh, Pennsylvania.
Did you really?
Yeah. When I was a kid.
Why?
Right. That's what I was wondering. I asked my mom when I was a little kid. I was like, I thought this was in Africa, and she was like, it is, and I was like, why do they say Pennsylvania? Anyways, keep
That would make no sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I just think this is how you know society has gotten totally unruly and out of hand.
Oh, good.
I was going to the bathroom during the intermission, and it was jam-packed. More packed than I have seen a men's bathroom in quite some time. We all do our business, and there's only like 3 or 4 sinks. It's very the sink to urinal ratio is very, very small or large. It's a large ratio because there's a lot of urinals and no sinks.
Yeah.
So it's like 30 to 3.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
I just remember being struck with pride with how happy I was that everyone was waiting in line to wash their hands. Because most people, even in men's bathrooms all the time, I see people just walk out with washing their hands. And it makes me want to go outside and punch them in the face.
Yeah.
I've gotten close to confronting people.
we know. Yeah, you're a big clean.
There's no reason to not wash your hands after you go to the bathroom.
I respect that take.
But I just remember thinking about how happy I was that people were waiting in line, missing the game to wash their hands. Because it's so uncommon now for people to have that kind of common courtesy. So I just wanted to shout out Hartford, Connecticut for their pride in hand washing and cleanliness and things like that. And I'm just so grateful for the Excel Center and all they do for us.
Hey, Hartford's on our list of good places to go. Not Auburn. Screw Auburn. Those people do not wash their hands.
Yes.
And they don't fix their roads.
Same with Bridgeport.
Yeah.
Bridgeport
Same
and
with
Auburn bad. Hartford good.
Good.
Plainfield bad.
Yeah. They don't wash their hands, that's for sure.
No, they don't even wash their kids.
Yeah. Oh.
They don't even bring their kids home from the hospital.
Whoa. Yeah.
Plainfield, it's a bad place, man.
Plainfield.
Bad place.
More
Going
like,
downhill.
More like not Plainfield. I don't know.
More like bad field.
Unplain field.
More like complicated field.
Oh.
Complex field.
Oh. Anyways.
That's
Back. So yeah. Oh, that's it.
That's all.
Yeah. So back to the. So Jeff and I have been trying to figure out a good time. So just be friends, chill. Have a good time. Spend some quality. How I Met My Brother pod time, by without the pod.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were talking about it, like, oh, this day works, And I just need your guys' opinion on this, because I texted, Jeff and I were texting, and he said, I'm free Saturday and Sunday. And I said, or you said, I'm free Saturday and Sunday, by the way. And I said, oh, I'm either free Friday night or Saturday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, like, starting Saturday afternoon, I'm free. Which could be clarified a little bit, but I still think my point was there. Jeff took that as, okay, Jacob's free from 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. And that's it, because that's just the afternoon. Once it turns 5, it's the night. And so that's why he went to this hockey game, because he thought I was only free for 2.5 hours. I don't know what that was.
This is very real. I said to Jess on Friday night, this past Friday night, Abby and Dylan asked us if we wanted to go to the game. And Jess was like, aren't you hanging out with Jacob? Or aren't we hanging out with Jacob? I did say we, because she wanted to come. And I said, no, he's only free for the afternoon, because he said I'm free Saturday afternoon, so we can go to the game, sure.
See, my thought was that Jess had made these plans, and then she was like, oh, are you, like, you're coming? And you were just like, no, I'm hanging out with Jacob. And then she was like, no, tell him you can only hang till nighttime. And then I thought that's what was going on.
No, I knew about the plans on Friday.
I need the truth.
This is the truth.
All right, bet.
This is the truth.
All right, it's settled then.
So I don't know. We'll post a poll or something.
Yeah.
And get everyone else's opinion. But that's how I took it. And from now on, I know that if you say that, you mean from that time on. So if you say,
I feel like we've had this before. I feel like this has happened.
It probably has. If you say that you're free Saturday morning, do you mean just the morning then, or do you mean the whole day?
I say in my head, this is what I think. First of all, if you never specify, I feel like it's from then on.
Okay.
But especially if it's like afternoon time, because in my head, if someone says, "Oh, I'm free," Saturday afternoon, in my head it's like, "Oh, they're busy in the morning, and then they'll be free."
Okay, that's fair. I categorize the day into 3 different times, though.
So what are the 3? So morning, afternoon, night?
Yes. So, like, I'm free Saturday night. Okay, we can hang out Saturday during the nighttime. In the morning, I'm free Saturday morning.
Well, yeah,
okay,
night's pretty... I think afternoon is the gray area. Because night's pretty, like, obviously, like, I'm free at night. All right, well, then you're not free in the morning and afternoon.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then free in the morning, it kind of is like...
He must not be busy the whole day, then.
Well, no, I'm like... Even morning could be taken either way. It's like, I'm free... But, like, I feel like if you specify morning, then it's like, oh, I have stuff to do later on.
Yeah, I agree.
But then the afternoon is the gray area, where it's like, it's in the middle. so you can't tell. But like, I just feel like it's unless I said I'm free in the afternoon, but I have to. Like if I said free in the afternoon, but like 6, I gotta head out. That's what I'd say. You know what I mean?
Okay. So we just so happened to meet each other in the gray area.
Yeah.
And we weren't on the same page per usual because we're pretty different.
Yeah.
We may look alike, but we are not very alike.
No. I think we've had this before where I was like, I said something, and you were like, "Oh, I just thought you meant no." And I was like,
I just thought you meant
just
like
confusion. No. I just need to be more specific, you know.
And maybe I need to be less literal.
Yeah.
So I think
we'll meet in the middle here.
Yeah, we can come to the middle point.
Here comes our guest. Oh. All right. Good boy.
Here's Taco. I don't think he makes the frame right there.
No,
but he will make his way over to your lap.
At some point, yeah. But he's just chilling here with us. He's a guest speaker. We'll ask him a quick question just to get him, involved with the pod. Tuck, what do you think about the pod? Oh, I don't know. It's really good. Hey, rough. Good boy. All right. Take a nap, buddy.
That sounded oddly familiar. Almost like someone I've met before, like Mick Mouse.
No, I don't know. He's got a squeaky voice. He hasn't become a man yet. It's all right, buddy.
All this to say that I think I read too much into things. And I have another example of that, actually. Friday.
I would agree with that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with myself as well. Friday, we went to a brewery. Not really my scene. Not a place that I want to hang out.
Very
really.
hipster.
Yeah, not my kind of style. But it was for our friend Alex's birthday.
Ah.
It was in Woodbury, which is about an hour and 45 minutes from us. So the fact that we actually went says a lot about the person that we think Alex is. He's a good guy. Happy to be there for his special day.
Yeah, special.
And over the course of the night, I met some new people. Jess and I were sitting at a table with 2 new people that we hadn't met before, a couple around our age, and then another single guy that we've known for quite a while. Okay. And after, a few hours, we've been talking, chatting it up a little bit. And then I notice that he leaves the table. Mind you, this is like a standing table.
The single guy?
No, the coupled up guy.
Oh, coupled up.
This is like a standing table. It's not somewhere that you go, you sit down, and you stay there for the entire night.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's not like a dinner table.
Yeah, so like a migration type thing.
Yeah, but there are seats.
Like a bunch of Oh, okay.
Like we stayed there all night. You can. It's like a high top.
Yeah, but you just like migrate from table to table to like talk to people. You're saying? Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
So he left the table and went to go talk to some other people, and he left his drink with us, and I took that as wow, he thinks that we're friends now, because he's willing to leave his drink with me and think that I'm not going to drug him. He must think that we're friends.
Why did your head go into drug instead of like drink it or something like?
Oh no,
or
drug.
Steal it. Just went right to roofie. All
yeah,
right.
I thought this, and this is what I texted you. Those 2 random words, Friday.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
I had this thought, and I was just so surprised, and I felt so good. I felt like, wow, this new guy that I just met likes me enough to leave his drink and think that I'm not going to roofie him. And honestly, a small part of me wanted to intentionally drug him just to prove a point. You can't trust everyone that you meet.
Jeff's text to me was, drugs at brewery. And I just said, huh? So you're going to intentionally drug this guy?
I'm still considering doing it, yes.
Well, how? He's gone now.
I might see him again sometime.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe I can use this tactic in some other context. But I thought it was weird how I just thought, like, wow, we're friends. Like, I could text this guy, I could follow him on Instagram. He trusts me, he likes me, he thinks I'm a good person. All of those things just flooded into my head. Little does he know.
Yeah.
What I'm capable of. But that's a whole nother story. Is that weird?
Yeah. Well, you mean the drugging him part? Yeah, it's weird.
Okay. What about the rest of it?
I mean, I would never say that we're friends because you left the drink there, because I've done it multiple times where I've just forgotten my drink.
Hmm.
And then at someone's table, like, or like even like, I don't know. So I'll be at church, right? And we'll get a coffee and we're talking. I'm talking to a bunch of people here at this table and whatever. And I'll leave my drink at the table I was sitting at. And most of the time the people are there are people that I trust, but sometimes some people are there that I'm not friends with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll leave my drink there and it's whatever. But it doesn't mean like, oh man, I trust this person with my whole heart that they're not going to drug me.
Well, I would argue that it's far more likely you get poisoned at a brewery than it is at a church.
Well, there's probably stats behind that, yes, but you know, I don't know. I just feel like it's not there. If he left his drink and said something like, hey, you know, guys, like, I'm glad that I can leave my drink here. I'm glad that we're close enough now. Like we've been talking that I can leave my drink here. Like I'll be right back. I'll be back in like 20 minutes. Then like, all right, yeah, he's kind of a weirdo, but like,
I was gonna say, what
you're
a
friends
psychopath.
now. But like, I think he just forgot his drink. Did he ever come back and get it?
Oh yeah. He came back and sat down like 5-10 minutes later.
Did he just go to the bathroom?
No, he was talking to people. I saw him talking to people.
Yeah, well, he probably is just like, yeah, this is my table, and I need to secure my. You know, you don't want to lose your seat to fives. You know what I mean?
I was like, what are you talking?
You know, like you call
Who's
fives.
fives?
You call fives on your seat. You can't lose that. So if you keep a drink there, it secures it. Because if someone walks up and is about to sit there or go to like stand there, and they see a drink, they're like, oh, can I? They're like, oh no, yeah, it's my buddies. Sorry.
It's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, actually, so Alex had reserved 3 tables for all of us, and I don't know how, but literally for his birthday, like 30 people showed up to this place. He has a lot of friends.
Dang.
But at one point, when the band, there was a Billy Joel cover band playing that night.
Okay.
Which was pretty sick.
Which is insane.
And they were actually super good. Their name was like Stiletto or something, but that's besides the point. Some people that were in our group left the table that was reserved for Alex and his friends, and had a sign on it, reserved for Zilberstein or whatever, and they spelled his name like terribly, but that's also besides the point.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
And then like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes later, these 3 men.
These 3 kids at a brewery by themselves, drinking IPAs.
These three 10-year-olds with beards and lumberjack overalls and whatnot were just sitting at the table.
Just talking about how hoppy their beer is.
Yeah. These 3 men came over and scoped out the table, made sure there weren't any coats on it or anything, and sat down. One of the guys at the table takes the nameplate on it that says reserved for Zilberstein.
Yeah.
He looks at it, like, kind of twirls it around in his hand, like he's reading it. He's a little bit confused. And he takes a sip of his drink, and he's like, nah, crumples it up. And
no way. Really?
Yeah.
Did anybody say anything to him?
Yes. Alex went over to him, and I couldn't hear him because it was incredibly loud in there.
Yeah.
He picks the sign up, and he goes up to this guy, and he says... I'm only guessing at what he said. He holds it in front of him and he's like pointing at it with his finger and he says something like, see this name, this is my name. Like, this is my
Don't
table.
disrespect my name.
Yeah, you need to leave or whatever. And they left. We had friends coming back over, but it was funny how aggressive he was.
That sounded like it was going to be like a brewery bar fight.
Well, I was honestly ready for that. I was like...
Yeah.
When Alex went over to them and started mouthing off a little bit, I was getting ready to roll up my sleeves.
I feel like a brewery fight is like, they you put your hair up into a man bun. You take off your Fossil watch.
Yeah, and your Timbs.
You unroll your pants because they were already rolled.
Yeah.
You roll them down. And you just get down and dirty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually about right.
Oh man, that's fun though. It's
not my scene, but it was fine.
That's a lot of my friends in college. They like because a lot of my friends are big like IPA beer drinkers and craft beer and all that stuff, and I think it's all gross.
Yeah,
in my opinion, but
I will say it was good to see a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time.
That's
a lot of people from college and some of Alex's friends from Danbury, in his hometown area. This guy Steve, the single guy that sat at our table, we were good friends in college, so that was cool.
Good.
I
like it.
But yeah, not, it was fine.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. So, when it comes to going to, and this kind of relates, and when you go to a public place like that, and especially when there's a lot of people, and you're walking through doors pretty often.
Yes.
How do you feel? This is one of my biggest pet peeves, and I just want to know your opinion. Like, how do you feel when someone says, like, you open the door and you hold it for them, and they're like, "Oh, thanks," and then as soon as they come up to the door and you're holding it for them, they like put their hand on it and open it for themselves, like they're holding it for themselves, like they don't trust you. That makes me so like don't say thank you to me for holding the door if you're just gonna come over and grab the door anyways. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, you don't trust me enough to hold the door open for you that you gotta put your hand out? Like, why would I wait here 20 seconds for you to walk over here and then just let the door go and hit you in the face? You know what I mean? Like, that's just my biggest pet peeve. It happens to me all the time when I go to this deli in the town where I work. I'll go there and like people are so nice. I'm like, they open the door for me. I'm like, "Oh, thanks," and I walk through and it's no big deal. And then on the way out, someone's behind me. I open it and they're like, "Oh, thanks," and they grab the door and they like wait for me to go. And I'm like, "No, why did you say thanks for what? What are you thankful for? What are you saying thanks for? Because it's not for me holding the door because you grabbed it anyway."
This episode has made me realize that we are both psychos.
Listen, it just makes me mad. Like, what? Like, how do you feel about that? Does it?
That does not strike a single nerve in my body,
bro.
I'm like, okay. When they do that, I'm like, oh, how sweet. Even though I'm opening the door for them, they are still bearing just a slight bit of that load of the door. Thank you.
The door is so light. Holding the door is one of the easiest, nicest gestures you can do for someone.
It's about the action.
And I know, but you're doing it, so like I just feel like it takes away. It's like if someone, if you were to be like, "Oh, the coffee's on me." "Oh, thanks," and then they like give the barista a $10 bill.
That's not the same.
It's the same exact thing. You're thanking someone for doing something that you did yourself anyways.
No.
Yes.
No.
What's the difference?
Here's the difference.
Yeah, tell me.
In your example of the door, the person doing the good deed is still bearing the brunt of the load. In the coffee example, the person that is insisting on paying is just being, a little pushy.
The brunt of the load, it's holding the door is like holding up a 1 pound dumbbell, and then when they put their hand on it, usually my hand comes off because they push it. So I'm just holding it. But let's just say, all right, the coffee was $2, and you were like, "Oh no, I got it, don't worry."
Where's coffee $2 these days?
Hey, all right, just Cumbies.
Yeah, you're right.
Actually, it's $1. So
okay, good point. Continue.
Okay, let's say you're at Cumbies. Someone has a nice coffee behind you, and this would be something I would do. And I saw them and be like, "I like that." Like, "Yeah, your coffee's on me." "Oh, thank you so much." And then she handed the cashier 50 cents. Wouldn't that be like...
Cumberland Farms is a bad example, but here's a better example of going to somewhere like Dunkin' or Starbucks you paying for their coffee and them putting $1 in the tip jar. That is comparable.
No, I don't think so though. Because
It
that
is.
no, because that tip is helping someone else.
Yes, but I
Like-
don't see how it matters in this scenario.
Because you're doing something nice for someone
Okay.
and they say thank you and then they just do it themselves anyways or do half of it themselves. Whereas a tip jar is like, oh, this person was nice to me. I'm going to pay it forward and give a tip to this person who's working. And you're paying it forward. Same thing, like, if I paid for the person behind me coffee and they're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And then they were like, you know what? I'll pay for the person behind me. That's fine. That's a nice pass
thing.
it along. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? With the door thing, like, that's so nice that you have the door open for me. Like, if there's another door, like, 10 feet away, grab that door. Pass it forward. That's I like that.
Sure, me too. I just don't understand why this bothers you so much, though.
I think it's annoying. Like, I held the door open.
So
why would I need your hand? To me, you don't trust me. You don't trust that I'm going to hold the door. You feel like I'm going to be like, psych, and like slam it in your face.
Okay, so here's...
Because I only do that, sorry to interrupt you, but I only do that when like a little kid's holding it for me or something, because like they're wild cards. They're wild cards. You know what I mean? Like they're little rockets. You don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah. Okay. So let's set the scene here. We're at the Putnam Cumberland Farms.
Okay.
Which I think, don't quote me on this, but I think when you walk into the doors from the outside, those swing in, or do they swing out?
You're outside, you're going in?
Yes.
You pull.
You pull it to open it to the outside. Okay. So say you do that. You pull it and open it. When you're opening the door for someone else, you're opening the door fully and they're walking through in front of you? Or is it you're coming in from the outside and you're like barely holding the door open for the person that's like 10 feet behind you?
So I think there's a difference.
There is a difference. That's why I'm asking.
My scenario is someone's behind me, and I open the door, and I'm like, "Oh, go ahead." In front of me.
So they would be going in front of you.
Whereas, I've done it before where I open the door and the person's inside and they want to come out. That part, if they're like right there, I go ahead, touch it because like, whatever. Because it was more of like a, hey, you can come out before I go in type thing.
Okay, I had the wrong frame of reference. Now I understand what you're saying, and I agree. That's kind of silly for them to do.
Yeah.
Why? I don't.
Yeah. Like I hold it. I'm holding it open.
And they're walking in front. And they're passing you.
And they're like, "Oh, thanks," and they walk by, and then they put their hand on it, like on this side of the door. My hand's on the handle, holding it open, or I'm holding it from the side, whatever. And they go in and they put their hand on the inside and they're like, oh, thanks. It's like...
Well, my only conclusion is that those people probably have daddy issues and have a hard time trusting people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel disrespected. Not really, but I just feel like, man, why don't you trust me? What about me? You don't... Then I think about it long and hard for hours.
Were you going to say years?
Maybe. But I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Well, just know that I hear you, and I'm sorry that you're going through all of that. Because that can be really difficult, I'm sure.
Oh, man. Not to, like, go back in time here, but what did you think about when Eggo Waffles came out with Leggo My Eggo? I thought that was pretty
slogan?
Clever. Yeah, I thought that was pretty nice.
Yeah, of course. That's one of the all-time greats. Similar to the
Milk?
Similar to Got Milk. Similar to the new BK commercial that's on TV right now.
Oh my gosh,
that's fire, man.
Stuck in my head all the time.
It.
Whopper, double Whoppers. I don't know. It's just
the tune is there though. Whopper.
I like the memes they make with it.
I haven't seen the memes.
It'll just be like some sad scene. It'll be like you just watch your team lose, and there'll be like a guy like crying on the couch, and then like blaring in the background is Whopper, Whopper, double Whopper. Or like when, and it's only funny because of the Whopper part, but like when like it was like, oh, there's someone injured on the field, like when that Bills safety got hurt.
Yeah.
And it was super sad, and then like they're like, all right, we're gonna cut to commercial, and then it's just like Whopper, Whopper, double Whopper. It was just like, what?
Yeah, I find that funny, but now all I want is Burger King.
Yeah,
so
works.
it's doing its job.
It's doing its job.
Have you seen the new chicken sandwiches from Burger King on the commercial? They have a Mexican, they have American, and then they have another version.
No, but the Wendy's did the same thing.
Yeah, I saw that chicken sandwich.
And I tried it.
It was good, wasn't it?
And it had like a mozzarella.
Yes. The baked mozzarella. Sorry, I hit you. I'm so excited. I love fast food.
I had it. It was pretty good.
It was good.
It was really good.
They have the buns, and then they have the chicken. They have the cheese.
They got the buns
and the sauce, and then they have a big thick slab of mozzarella.
Yeah.
And they put
like
that
a mozzarella
on there.
Stick.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh.
I tried it the other day.
Get in my belly. Yeah, that was good,
we
man.
could do that on the way.
We could hit that.
On the way to golf.
We could hit that.
Yeah, I just thought about I just thought of Leggo my Eggo when I was a kid. Yeah. I would say that about everything. My brother would like steal like my stuffed animal. I'd be like, Leggo my stuffed animal. Because I thought it was just so catchy, like Leggo.
Mm-hmm.
And then it slowly morphed into my saying that I always say now, which is "Let's go."
That's true, actually.
You know, that's what that came from. So if you ever heard me say "Let's go," just thank the waffle company.
Yeah, that's what it came from.
Leggo my Eggo. I just thought it was awesome.
What's another good one?
Did you ever remember the Capri Sun? Respect the pouch.
Oh yeah,
respect it.
Respect the pouch. Yeah,
that was good. I always thought that was funny.
This is different, but remember Dane Cook?
Yeah.
And the Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah.
And when he like blows through the wall and he's
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was good.
That was kind of scary though.
I don't think so.
Imagine just some big pitcher of Kool-Aid crashes in your wall.
Go swimming
just
in
because
that.
you said "oh no."
Maybe
you're just really having a bad day. Your dog gets hit by a car. You're sitting there and your mom's telling you that, and you're just like, "Oh no!" And then freaking 350-pound Kool-Aid guy crashes through your wall. Oh yeah! Like I just don't think that's gonna help.
It might. I don't know. That's a lot of Kool-Aid, man. Swim up.
Also, here's a question about the Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah.
What is he? Is he the liquid or is he the glass?
This is another great question.
This is a great debate.
He's definitely the glass, but the juice gives him life. Yes.
So is the juice like his blood? Like his lifeline? Like you can't live without blood.
He is his blood and his organs and his heart and his spirit. He is
everything.
The juice.
So wouldn't that just be him then?
Well, it's similar to our bodies. Are we our body, or are we our brains and our nervous system and everything else?
So if he lost some of his liquid, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Correct.
He'd need a Kool-Aid transfusion.
Kool-Aid transfusion.
And
yes.
Unfortunately, I'm not type O, so I wouldn't be able to help him.
I am. I'm actually type O. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. Thank you. That was gonna be the next part of my joke. I was gonna be like, but I know you're type. Oh yeah.
I beat you to it.
There we go. I'm glad you caught on.
I picked up on a joke for once. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. We can all die happy now.
Not the Kool-Aid guy because we got him covered.
Remember the Dane Cook skit though? Have you ever seen that?
I don't think so.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna show it to you after this.
All right, I'm down.
Yeah, that's what I think of when I think of Kool-Aid. Is I think of Dane Cook. That's it. All right. That's about all I got.
Oh, I got one more thing.
Okay.
I just wanted to. I just thought of this story the other day, and then we'll wrap it up after this. But when I was in college, this is way off topic now. I wrote this down and I needed to share it because I just remembered this the other day.
Yeah.
But did you see on my story the other day, there was a picture and I was supporting my friend who just released a song?
Oh, yeah, I did.
So that picture, you can see there's me and 4 friends and we're standing over a piano.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a keyboard. It's not like a full-blown piano.
Okay.
It's a keyboard, right? So that picture sparked this memory of when I was at Liberty, which is a college I went to, there was, I think it was my sophomore year, they had closed off, there was this big building called the DeMoss building, and then behind it was like the music hall and the science hall, and it was just like this old building that's been there for years. And they closed it off, that's my sophomore year, and they were going to demo it, and then they were going to clean it all up and build a new music building, a new science building, and all this stuff.
Cool.
But they were going to demo that first. So I'm sitting in my room one night, and my good friend Jake Ziegler, who is the guy who released the song, he runs into my room, and he's like, "Bro, I need your help." And I'm like, "For what?" And he's like, "So we were exploring the old music hall because it's all like demoed, and they're like the next day they were gonna like take a bulldozer or something and just break it all down. But they trashed everything on the inside and took what they needed, whatever. And so everything was trashed with like crap everywhere, debris and all this stuff. And he's like, we were exploring there and we saw this keyboard, and we know they're gonna demo it tomorrow, and we want to save this keyboard. So we came up with this whole plan we called it like Operation Save the Keys or something like that. It was very
cool.
Very close. We like wrote it out like, you know, like in Home Alone when he like writes out the plan
Yeah, I do.
of everything.
Yeah.
We wrote out like a whole thing like that. We got my friend Pat to come and our friend Dylan, and Pat was on lookout, and then me, Dylan, and Jake were tasked in carrying this thing down the ladder. Oh, hey buddy, kick me. And bringing this thing down the ladder.
For those listening and not watching, that was
Yeah.
Tuck who kicked him and not me.
Yeah, not Jeff. Tuck kicked me. He's taking a nap right here next to us.
That's not you say, "Hey buddy, try not to kick me."
Yeah, clarify, it's my dog. But yeah, so we were gonna bring it down the ladder, which was kind of heavy, so it was tough. But then my friend Colin was gonna back his truck up. We had this whole plan. We got it there. So we get it down the ladder. And we're like, we like call up my friend Pat's like on speaker on my phone. I'm like, "Pat, like the coast clear?" And he's like looking around because there's like police officers that like roam the campus and like RAs, like people who would report us. And he's like, "It's clear, it's clear." It's like 10 p.m. on like a Thursday night. So we're like running out. We're like just like shuffling around with this big keyboard in our hand. Colin just like pulled his truck up already. And then this, it's like right next to this door that's like a side door for the building, the big building. Yeah. This couple just walks out and like stops and looks at us, and we're like, and we stop, and it's like one of those like TV scenes where like we stopped, we looked at them, and they were just like, and we like nodded our head, and then we just kept going, and they just were like so confused and walked away, and we got it in there and we made it.
Wow, that's actually really cool. I wish I had a story like that.
Yeah, and then we brought it to my friend, his dad, my friend Dylan. His parents lived off campus. And because he grew up in that town, and so he brought it to his house, and we just played it. Well, I didn't play. I'm not a big music guy, but he played it and had a good time.
I don't think you did anything wrong either, because they were going to demolish the building.
Oh yeah, we saved the keys.
Yeah, you saved the keys.
Operation Save the Keys.
Operation Save the Keys. I like it.
Yeah.
You know what that reminded me of? I've been rewatching Breaking Bad, and spoiler alert if you're watching Breaking Bad, but I just got to the part where Todd and Jesse and Walt did the heist on the train. And then after they're done, they're so stoked. This kid comes riding up on his dirt bike, and he just waves at them, and then Todd shoots the kid.
Yeah. What a scumbag.
Looks like that. Good thing you didn't shoot them.
No, we didn't shoot them. I was thinking about it, but then I was like, don't be like Todd.
You know what Mike Ehrmantraut says, though? There's 2 kinds of heists. One where they get away with it, and one where they leave witnesses. So you never know when that'll haunt you.
Facts. Facts. But maybe they're going to turn us in one day. I don't know. But you know what? It was worth it.
I would say so.
Operation Save the Keys. I like it.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Follow us. Instagram, How I Met My Brother Pod. YouTube, How I Met My Brother Pod. The
Mhm.
link will be in the bio here on Spotify, or if you're listening on Apple Music as well. Subscribe. Put a little reminder on there. It'll pop up and say, episode, what is this, 31?
31.
Episode 31 just came out, and it'll be good. Episode 32 next week. I don't know. 33 the week after, maybe.
Who knows?
But,
Who knows?
keep you on your toes. But, just click that reminder button there and follow us on TikTok. We got some funny reels out there, and support us and let us know who's in the right when, what we talked about earlier, because I need to know.
It's me. My rec for Jeff today is root for the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah,
Fly
rec
Eagles,
for
fly,
Jeff.
baby. Go Birds. Let's freaking go.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie. My rec is the same.
I like that.
Because
Respect.
I was kind of mad how the Chiefs won that.
Mm.
And I think that they got kind of screwed there. So the Bengals, I'm saying, got screwed.
Mm.
And so I really want... And, just seen so many videos of Patrick Mahomes' wife and his brother
Yeah, they're the
talking
worst.
so much trash. And all they've ever done is ride his coattails. They would be nothing without him.
That is a fact.
And so I want them to suffer.
Agreed.
But anyways...
Down with the Mahomes family.
Yeah.
Fly Eagles, fly. Go Birds.
Yeah. And that's the end. See
That's
ya.
31.